Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This video is a part of the Quranic Arabic series for young Muslims where we go through vocabulary used in the Qur'an. To watch the full series, join us on AMAUJunior.com. Time to learn some of the verbs that appear in the Qur'an. Let's start with one of the most common verbs in the Qur'an. Qala. Qala. The verb qala means he said. Allah mentions the statement of the Prophet Zakaria alayhi salam when he was told that his wife was going to give birth to Yahya alayhi salam. قَالَ رَبِّ اجْعَل لِّي آيَةً. He said, "My Lord, make for me a sign." The present tense of this verb is يَقُولُ. يَقُولُ. He says. Allah says about the hypocrites, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَن يَقُولُ آمَنَّا بِاللَّهِ وَبِالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ وَمَا هُم بِمُؤْمِنِينَ. And of the people are some who say, "We believe in Allah and the last day," but they are not believers. So, the verb is قَالَ يَقُولُ. He said, he is saying. The word for the one doing this verb is قائل. قائل. Allah says, قال قائل منهم إني كان لي قرين. A speaker of them will say, "Verily I had a companion." Be careful not to confuse قائل, which means speaker, with قائل, who is someone taking a nap during the day. Allah says about the previous nations that He destroyed due to their sins, وَكَمْ مِنْ قَرْيَةٍ أَهْلَكْنَاهَا فَجَاءَهَا بَأْسُنَا بَيَاتًا أَوْ هُمْ قَائِلُونَ. And how many cities have we destroyed, and our punishment came to them at night, or while they were sleeping at noon. Now hold on. Why do we have the same word with two different meanings? How can qa'il mean speaker and someone taking a nap in the day at the same time? Just like English, Arabic has words which are spelt and sound the same but have different meanings. For example, when someone says, "Bats only fly at night," you aren't going to say, "Bats can fly, but they don't have wings." Thinking about a baseball bat, for example. You know by the context that when we said bats, we are talking about the flying mammals that are active at night, and not the bat which we play sports with. Now, on to the next verb. The verb kana means he was. Kana. Allah says about the noble messenger Nuh alayhi salam, إِنَّهُ كَانَ عَبْدًا شَكُورًا. Indeed, he was a grateful servant. The present tense is يَكُونُ. يَكُونُ. He is, or to be. Allah says about the day of judgment, where the people will be scattered in fear and confusion, يَوْمَ يَكُونُ النَّاسُ كَالْفَرَاشِ الْمَبْثُوثِ. The day when people will be like moths, dispersed. It is very important to note that kana doesn't always signify something that happened in the past. It can have the meaning of continuation. For example, Allah says, وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ عَجُولًا. And man is ever hasty, meaning, and man is always hasty. The verb kana is used with this meaning many times when speaking about the attributes of Allah. For example, Allah says, وَكَانَ اللَّهُ غَفُورًا رَحِيمًا. And Allah is ever oft forgiving and merciful. And in another ayah, وَكَانَ اللَّهُ سَمِيعًا بَصِيرًا. and ever is Allah hearing and seeing. Another common verb in the Qur'an is to believe. The past tense is amana. Amana. He believed. Allah says, فَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ آمَنَ بِهِ وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ صَدَّ عَنْهُ. And some among them believed in it, and some among them were averse to it. The present tense is yu'minu. Yu'minu. He believes. Many of you already know the word for belief or faith because we use it all the time. Can you guess which word it is? 1. Aman. 2. Iman. 3. Aman. 4. Amin. If you guessed Iman, correct. Allah says, وَمَن يَتَبَدَّلِ الْكُفْرَ بِالْإِيمَانِ فَقَدْ ضَلَّ سَوَاءَ السَّبِيلِ. And he who changes faith for disbelief, verily he has gone astray from the right way. So, the verb for believing is amana, yu'minu. He believed. He believes. What about the word for believer, the one who does this verb? We used it many lessons ago. Can you remember what it was? If you don't remember, that means you need to be revising more. We should remember that knowledge only remains if we revise it consistently, insha'Allah. The word for believer is mu'min. Mu'min. Allah says, هُوَ الَّذِي خَلَقَكُمْ فَمِنْكُمْ كَافِرٌ وَمِنْكُمْ مُؤْمِنٌ. It is He who created you, and among you is the disbeliever, and among you is the believer. What about the plural? We also learned that some masculine words can be made plural by adding una at the end. For example, Muslimun becomes Muslimuna. Salihun becomes Salihuna. Based on this, what does Mu'minun become? Correct. Mu'minun. Allah says, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ. The believers are but brothers.